Hello everybody and welcome to the Daily Splatt. Today is video number 12 in our series of 20 previewing the English Premier League season, and today we are talking about Reading. So let's get into it. So Reading, as some of you may know, are a newly promoted side into the English Premier League. They've been here a couple of times before. About 3 or 4 seasons ago it was that they were last here. Pretty sure they went back down in 2007 it might have been, so 5 years actually. It's been a little while since we've seen this club in the Premier League. They're back though, coming right back up, winning the league from memory. Yes, winning the league, doing very, very well, and of course now everyone is very interested to see how the Royals are going to do. So, what have they done in terms of improving their squad? So far they've brought in quite a few players, a couple of experienced Premier League names, players who've played here recently, like Pavel Pogrebniak, who elected not to stay with Fulham where he was on loan and has instead joined the Royals. They've also got Danny Guthrie, who's joined on a 3, and Nicky Shorey, who does have some experience of playing Premier League football as well. They've also brought in very talented players from the Championship. Chris Gunter's joined for an undisclosed fee from Nottingham Forest, and also Adrian Mariappa has joined from Watford. So a couple of good-looking names joining the Reading squad. Of course, there has had to be some departures, just the one actually, and it is Mathieu Manset has left the club. The player has joined FC Sion, who play in the Swiss League. So they haven't really lost many players. They've brought in a couple. The key question is, how are Reading going to do? Not well, is my guess. And it's not that I have a dislike of Reading. I've no strong feelings one way or the other about them. It's more I look at their squad and I'm just not sure at the moment if it's going to be enough. I mean, they do have a couple of players who've got Premier League experience, not only the ones they brought in, but players that were here the last time that they were up in the league, but I'm just not entirely sure it's going to be enough. There are good players in here. Adam Federici, I think, is a half-decent goalkeeper who could certainly help them out if he is indeed their first choice goalkeeper for this season. You'd imagine he still would be. Obviously you've got players in there with the likes of Adam Lafondra, who's done very well in the Championship. Noel Hunt is another one who's certainly done okay. Jimmy Kebby, Ian Hart. These are all players with a bit of experience. Can never say his name right. Binyar Gunnarsson is another one who. The problem is though, is you say these names and not a lot of them would get into many other Premier League sides. You'd feel, not certainly current ones, and I'm not really sure what they have is going to be enough. I mean, by all accounts, the manager, Brian McDermott has done absolutely fantastic in getting them up. They were 17th in November or December last year, and they've ended up finishing top and just generally doing pretty damn well. But quite frankly, it's just going to be difficult. Obviously, they've got new funding behind them in new Russian money, new owners coming in and sorting those sorts of things out. But I just don't know. I didn't see a lot of Reading last season, to be perfectly honest, but what I did see in the couple of Championship games I saw, they were obviously very well organised. They were difficult to break down, and obviously they scored some half-decent goals as well. But I just feel... I just feel that they're lacking I just feel they're lacking those strong characters that really help in keeping a team in the league. Now, I could be wrong and probably will be in quite a lot of these predictions. I mean, after all, I predicted, pretty sure both Swansea and Norwich to go down type of thing last season. So, there's hope there, Reading fans. But it's just, I look at it and quite frankly, I just don't fancy them. I'm sure that they'll put up a good fight and I don't think they're going to be cut adrift. I don't think we're looking at a Derby County type situation. I think it's going to be close, and I don't think they'll finish bottom either. I've got them finishing 19th in my little prediction table, but it's relatively close 19th. It is possible that they could move ahead of the likes of teams that are still hanging around, trying not to get relegated. The likes of Norwich and QPR and teams of that nature. It's just I just don't fancy them. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's nothing personal. It's not that I don't like the club. I'm just not fancying them. I'd like to say, look forward to being proved wrong by this team. We'll just have to see how they go in the first couple of months. If they get off to a flyer, if they have a brilliant start, then my tune may well change. But they really do need to get off to a good start to create that self-belief within the group, to get the momentum, to keep them going and get the points while teams aren't used to playing them, and teams don't really know what do Reading play like, that sort of thing. So there you go. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything more on it. So they're one of my tips to go down. That's pretty much it. But I still think there is a capability there that they could stay up. It's just right now I'm sort of favouring them to go down. Anyway, that's all for today. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about one of Reading's fellow promoted teams in Southampton. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Until then, bye bye. And sorry, Reading fans, it's just the way I think.